everybody. Welcome to the Jim and Peter Show. I'm excited today. Today is going to be a special day. What? I mean, when I mean special, I mean special.
I'm excited.
Yes. Special day.
I'm just sweating right now.
As many times as we talk about things, we need to reiterate because people don't always catch it. And today, you know, we've always touched on this subject we're going to talk about today, but we're going to really do it in more intricacy. How's that?
Wow.
That's a good word, right?
I should have brought a nice shirt.
But only because the theme is really about therapy and bitching and getting things off your chest, dumping your bucket. Pretty
nice.
Good. Because if you don't, the bucket floweth over and then you explode. Today we are going back in time. We're going back in time, and we're going to call this How We Met.
Oh.
We're going to talk about this really deep today. Okay.
All right.
How we met, because we touch on it a lot, as you know. But people really, this will be the one full explanation. You can go press on it, listen to it, but it really is the beginning of...
You get that all the time. I took Jake down to Long Beach.
Yes.
For Comic Expo.
Yes.
Because my son is 10 and he just loves sci-fi and all the, you know, superheroes and stuff like that. So went down there and, you know, basically not my thing that much, you know, but it really was a lot of fun once we got down there, and my son really enjoyed it. It's kind of fun, too, to see 55-year-old men that are really, really heavy trying to be Batman. You know, they walk.
They meant Fat Man.
Fat Man, that's right. Whoever that is, I did not say that. He said that.
Fat Man, I did. Suck it up, bitches.
That's true. But, you know, people still come up to us sometimes. They see us. I don't know how they see us now. I'm afraid they're going to see us. That's kind of scary. But people come up and ask how we got together.
That's it. And that's the big deal, because if it wasn't for this day and the months that led ahead of that, which led to the 6 years of this agony with you. 6 years, or has it been 20?
Is it 6
It's like being married.
It's like 6 years?
Like, it's a lot. It's more than that, actually. I don't know. It feels like it's a death sentence.
That's why it's black here, because we're going to have coffins after this.
So if it wasn't for this, there would be no this. And I got to tell you, if I was going through all the crap that everybody goes through, I'd be wanting to listen to us.
Okay, I'll go with that.
I'm good. I mean,
in a way, though, we're seeing us right now.
I wish we had us when we needed us.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
But I had friends, and then we talk about that stuff. So, how we met. The end.
Not true. We actually, though, we live in a place called Simi Valley in California. And I had lived there for about 4 months. I was doing real well in the film business, and I had a big fancy house. And everything seemed great, except for the fact that my wife decided, after I bought a big, nice house in a beautiful place, she decided, I think I'm going to go up. I'm going to go upgrade. So my ex-wife decided that she'd rather be with someone else, and it was obviously crushing beyond belief. And we talk about this quite a bit. We laugh a lot because that's the way we get through it a lot of times. But my son and my daughter, we were in a park right down the street, and this guy was riding his bike, and I think one of our basketballs banged your bike or something like that. Something like that.
We're both at the park. We have a beautiful park.
It is.
And
it's a beautiful place.
And we met at the park. He was playing with his kids, and I brought my daughter there, and I actually brought a basket. No, are we riding bikes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then you had the basketball.
Yeah, we had the basketball.
We just happened to be riding bikes.
I don't think anyone cares about the basketball or the bike.
Well, it does.
No, I'm not sure.
It was a nice basketball. No, actually, it was very low on air. I remember you couldn't barely bounce the damn thing. I'm going, look at this poor schlub.
Pretty much everything I have is lower
you're
in
just
air.
Deflated.
Our kids kind of started talking, and we found out that our kids were in the exact same class in the same school, which is kind of common.
We started talking. The kids didn't even, they're kids.
Okay. Are we going to go through, we're going to just
I'm telling you, we're going, this is factual stuff.
It is. Well, none of these people will want to ask this again now. But the point of it was, we became, and I was really in a dark time. I mean, really. I mean, I went from having such a great life and everything's fantastic. Money was great. Health, thank God. Great kids. My kids were 2 and 5. And then when this happened, though, the lights just turned out, and I really didn't know what to do. All I wanted to do was to make sure that the kids could have the most fun they could possibly have anything. I mean, if they wanted, some kind of toy, they get 2. That's the way I felt about it.
So you're playing at the park with them?
Yes, sorry. But and then we got talking back and forth, and we found out, that one of our kids are in the same class, which was cool. And we usually meet each other. Well, you can take it from there pretty much. But after that, we found out that we had the same exact attorney, which is kind of weird because he lives 48 miles away. And you thought I was handsome. That was one of the main reasons.
Now, this is where it gets really fictional, so I'm going to break it down a little bit more.
Okay.
Because you've just gone from A to B in 8 months, and I'm not having it because that's what we normally do. It was like we're standing there, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Farting around, you're shooting your basketball.
I was not farting.
Okay.
I was not.
Going, what?
Senator?
What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, nothing. Going through divorce? Hey, I'm going through divorce. Awesome. Losing my house up the street. Already lost my house up the street. But kids, same age. We find out they're going to the same school. So it was like looking in the mirror. It really was. Because I know you had this look on your face, and he goes, it's like we're twins. And it's like, holy shit. Thank God we're not twins. But we just had...
I must have been drinking.
Yeah, we just had so much. Every time we said something, it was like it was. We were spitting out the same words at the same time because it's so common. There's so much stuff that falls into the same place, and you think it's only you, but it's not. It's everybody going through a lot of hell. And then weeks down the road, our school started because it was summer when we met. Yes. I had just gotten back from Florida, right. and we bump into each other. We take our kids to school. I love taking my daughter to school.
Me too.
Because I know one day it's going to end, and it's getting there already close.
Yeah.
And we'd bump into each other, and then we'd kind of hang out for a few minutes, and we'd stand on the corner of the street where the school is at, and then the bitching starts. And then we start letting it all out and talking about things. And it's not bad, but we just, war stories. You just start doing it, which in turn is really good because you got to let it out. And you find out that, hey, you were going through hell. I'm going through hell. His is a little bit different than mine, but hell is hell. Spell it the same way, forward, backward, upside down, whatever.
Well, also, you really need an adult to just bounce back and back because... it was a long, when we lived, when we got this house, the neighbors were nice, but they weren't like really good friends like I
It takes time.
Before. Yeah, it does.
It's hard.
But when that happened too, like I said, the darkness just got so deep, it was hard. And to have someone to talk to that has a similar situation, especially when we're so, I guess we're kind of the same. I guess.
I helped you move out of your house.
Yes, you did.
Because here's the thing. It's like, it's a bad time, and your friends are there, but they're not. It really takes some special people to let you vent. I got a couple of people, about 3 or 4 rocks. I owe them everything. They listen to me at my worst, and God bless them because I couldn't have probably done it without them. That's why we're here now.
That's true.
Because there's a lot of people who have nothing. And Jim kept saying to me, because we kept talking, my divorce court time and trials was way longer than his, and he kept saying, you should have had my attorney, he's a pit bull and he would have done this. And weeks after weeks he kept saying that to me. 6 months later, more than 6 months later, I don't know how we even found out that we had the same friggin' attorney.
I kept trying to get my attorney to you because he's a pit bull and you need him and the whole thing.
And then it's like, son of a bitch, it's the same attorney. Yeah, and it was just different circumstances.
Yeah, well that's...
So, what's the odds of that? 35 miles away?
40-something, actually.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
It's a long way. It's a lot of attorneys between there.
But it was meant to be.
It was
the way it was. And honestly, if I hadn't met you, and then as things rolled further, I don't know where I'd be now because it's extremely. It's a change of life, and it's going to be that way your whole life.
And it sucks, and it's hard,
sucks,
okay? Yes. But we kept looking, and I kept looking at Jim, and I said, we should be filming this, because I saw the lighter side of it, too. I saw because we're bitching and going, this is funny. This is stupid, funny, sad. 2 schlups bitching about stuff, but it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, we
did it.
We would drop the kids off, and then we'd just sit around, and we'd kind of start... talking about she did this and she did that and how do I do these things? How do I do those things?
For us.
Yeah, yeah, and neither one of us knew the answers to it. We just talked to each other.
Our lives are over. You know, everything.
That's right. Your life.
You sacrifice everything now because, again, the bottom main features. We love our kids, and we changed our lives around to make sure that we could spend every moment. Because now the kids are split up. Now it's a division, and you get them this much, and you get them that. We were lucky, luckier than most.
Actually.
Got 50-50.
Until, well, we can talk about that later.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but yeah, that, you know, our deal was 50-50. And but it was a very, very wonderful thing to meet you and to have this and to be where we are now. Otherwise,
where are we?
Well, better than where we were.
I still wonder. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so the bottom line is it was a long journey. It really was. And just getting to that point, to this point, took a long time. And most people would have never gone through to do this.
Yeah.
But we felt all of a sudden we had a purpose because we've been through so much hell. And I realized that every time I turn around and talk to somebody, somebody's messed up. Everybody's divorced. Everybody's going through hell. And everybody
Sadly
wants to drink themselves under the table. And if you got kids that depend on you, you got to have your act together.
That's right.
You just have to. Otherwise, you're screwed, and you're screwing them, and it's not their fault.
Well, I'd like to, and we'll go further about how we became the Jim and Peter show and how that was building up.
I want to talk about the school.
Yeah.
Because I feel, truthfully, we are not the norm of the school when it comes to guy dads hanging around.
I would agree with that, yes.
I think... You know, I am so thankful our kids go to a magnificent school.
Yeah, they do.
But it's a little uptight at times. It's not Beverly Hills she, but some people got their noses or their asses are a little tight.
I didn't say that.
I did.
But he's right. Yeah,
it's like I see some of these women. You know, it's like they don't smile. They just
You know, that's true. I never.
We have a lot
of
that. Oh, come on.
I mean,
remember
you see
wanted to write a show called.
Well, that was a different show.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was all based on that same thing with the Escalades and everybody's pulling up. And again, I'm thankful for that school and the PTA and everybody. My daughter couldn't be better off. In a private school wouldn't even be better. But the people, it's like we're all just people. And the ones that are married and, you know, they just, I don't know, they don't feel for us, I don't think. They don't know. They don't care.
But if you notice, at our school, the school's on a hill, and the bottom of the hill is a beautiful place. It's a nice lawn, and there's a big little park for the kids to play in. So when we were taking our kids to school, when we were done, we would start just sitting around. I'd get coffee. Pete doesn't like coffee, and you know, we would just talk, hey, how you doing? What happened today? Oh, she did this to me, or I don't know, you know, if I'm, you know, and being men, we needed to know what kind of clothes do we buy for our daughters? How, you know, how do we handle those types of things? Just things that pop up.
There were some difficult decisions.
And there still is.
Used to doing,
and there still is.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
we still are having to try with it. But we would sit and we would talk about it, and then we just like we were before. We laughed. We realized the laughter is the thing that is going to keep us going. You know, and if you noticed, I remember that first lady. I don't know the name of her, but when she came by, she had her dog all the time.
Yeah.
And she, after about the second 2 or 3 times that we were doing that, 3 days in a row, she came up. She goes, "You guys are so funny." He goes, "You're so happy." And I said,
a nice woman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're real happy. Yeah, life is great.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, I told her, lady, I'm laughing on the outside, but I'm crying on the inside. You know?
All of them.
Yes.
But, you know, and she was nice, and she said, you know, and then she started, "Do you mind if I sit too and just listen to you guys?" And we're like, I guess.
Yeah, she was cool. She hung out a little bit. And again, we are not the norm. We just, we want to be involved, but we just don't fit in, kind of. But we definitely do a lot more than a lot of guys.
I think we do.
No, we don't.
You know, well, I know what you're saying. In that particular place, there's a lot of people that have the money for the car that they want and the whole thing. I get all that, but that doesn't necessarily mean, you know,
the biggest thing is, but schools, mostly the guys are working, you know,
Right.
and men aren't really around. And so we volunteer for school activities and things. And they're going, wow, it's really great to have a dad here once in a while. But we're like we're not the straight-laced dads. I mean, there's a lot of guys that they're, you know, dad comes in and we goof. We goof. In fact, you over goof, you know, that time when
I over goof.
You know,
Writing that
we're just
down.
guys. We're not afraid. Over goof.
Yeah.
Look it up in the dictionary. Your face is right there. Jim.
Well, the fact that we've gotten through as we have, and and all of the people that have come through for the last 6 years,
Is it 6 years?
We feel, well, you said so. So I don't have a calendar up on my wall, but I guess
I mark the days like in prison.
Are we out?
When will we see the light of day again?
I don't think we will. But it became really, getting back to it, that lady then started bringing other friends. You got to see these two guys. They're single dads, and and we would start asking them questions that we needed help from. Right? They really did help us, and I wish I could remember that lady's name. I should know, but let's call her Sally. And I was having a problem with my daughter at the time. She was having an issue, and I wasn't comfortable. But after 2 or 3 times, I said, hey, you guys sit and you listen to us, and hopefully you get some value and some fun out of it. Could you help me? And she helped me tremendously there. I didn't know how to deal with that. Yeah. And so that was great. It was fantastic. And then more people came, and then there was 3 people next time. And usually it was the women, but then the men started coming in because, guys are like, well, I'm not going to go down there and talk to those guys. But when we talk about a little sports or something, they come over, it makes them feel better. Right. And pretty soon we were having, 17, 18 people at one point coming down. And it was kind of great. We were kind of like a AAA kind of thing, or a AA, whatever.
A few minutes before we picked them up, things like that. People come up they park and get a parking space. So we're always there early to get our kids, and so there's a little bit of a crowd. But we're still I'm telling you, we are still the outcast kind of guys, because now that we're doing this, I guess we're kind of popular, but we're still kind of weird popular.
Well, that's definitely true.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of women that go, that is so awesome, because we are the guys who love our kids. Now, again, there's good and bad parenting on both ends of it. We are not pro all guys, and we talk about all the dirty, nasty crap, and we get into that, as you know. Yeah. We talk, but today we're just covering how we really started this whole thing, because if it wasn't for that, again, I can't say it enough, there'd be no this, and I don't know whether to be happy or sad right now.
It's you roll the dice on it, that's all you can do. But then that other lady came in and she said, you guys should put this on Facebook, or you should put it on a website. Yeah. And we were like, sure, yeah. Yep. A couple of guys who can't even
well, that's true. But we did see the entertainment value, but the therapeutic value of this, because again, we started finding, wow, there's nothing out there and people need help. There's a lot of people don't have anybody to turn to.
Yeah, you jumped on that before anything else.
Yeah, and I kept saying, but we just didn't know how to do it because we are retired.
Well, I felt uncomfortable because I can't even help myself.
Right.
So...
And that's what's so good. It's like, you're a friggin' mess.
Yeah. Come on in.
I'm a mess too. We're all a mess. That's why we're here. But he beats me in a few departments. But this is great because otherwise it'd be a really boring show.
Yeah, that's true. But since you went through how we got together, that's how we got together. Yep. That's how we are now, where we are now. We get a tremendous amount. It's amazing when you go through your life and you are now a single dad and you want to take your kids to the mall and you go to a restaurant, and I can look at a guy and I can see him, hey, he has 3 different kinds of ice cream for the kids and everything. I walk over, are you a single dad? Yeah, how'd you know that? Well, we all know, and
we talk about that overcompensating thing.
Exactly,
you just can't help it.
I'm
but
still doing
it's wrong, and it's wrong. And we're going to be talking about that again later.
Sometimes I'm amazed too that how would you know me? I'm no one. It's like I was kind of someone when my band was with Epic for a while, but nothing like this. It's it's not like, oh, I'm a star. It's like, wow. We either maybe not did something, but at least we got through to you. You know what I mean?
I think the biggest problem that we had, or at least I did, is to quit worrying about, because every time we're doing this, you kept saying, God, I used to, I used to be able to knock this. I used to be able to, I used to. It's like, screw it. We had to stop worrying about what we used to be, because we really have cut our, I sell cars now. It's really, and to me, it's been so humbling. I had to find a job to stay home to be able to take care of my daughter and be around when I get my 50-50. And, touring and traveling was the only way I made a living,
I know.
Whether it's production or playing or whatever.
You got to just dump
so
a lot of
the sacrifices we have made, and our kids don't really judge us by our money, although we keep trying to throw it at them. And I don't.
I must say that young daughters, when they go into the teens, money kind of comes up.
Well, I haven't had that yet. You know what? Anna's been so cool. I keep trying to get her something because she's been great. I mean, she's been easy. I dodged a bullet, people. You know, and you'll hear. So far she's been the easiest part of my life. Thank God she didn't get scrambled as so many do. But that's why we have the yin and the yang, and we talk about it all. But you know, she tells me it's okay, Dad. I'm all right. I don't need it, and I keep.
I know. I've heard.
You know?
She's an amazing young girl.
Yeah. So
it's
really been a good ride, but we just have to, you know, again, the whole reason we're here is because of what has happened to us and all the years of hell. And now we just kind of go back and forth and help everybody else get through it, because there really is a light at the end of the tunnel. Some it takes a few years. I see 10 years of recovery for me. I'm on year 7 right now and just starting to see the light of day. Wow. You know, and most people would have just hung themselves by now. I know if I wasn't sane, you know.
But if you didn't have the children, that might happen.
Well,
you know,
they do it even with their children.
I know.
They think they're doing people a favor. It happens all the time. It's sad. And then the kids, you know, what the hell? So that's where we're at. That's it for our show today. We're done. We thank you for everything. And don't forget.
I know one thing. We're going to get more money than we ever had before.
Really?
No, not at all. No. But you know.
We're in that much high demand? Or are we just high? All right, people. Thanks so much.
And remember, you are a great dad
and mom. Peace out. Love you guys.
Love you guys too. Take care.